Hey, what's going on to you, Sagittarius out there? So you have the Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and you have the King of Wands. All of these are wand cards so far, right? These first three cards, which that shouldn't really be a problem for you. But for you, Sagittarius, right? There's somebody that's giving you some sort of an issue right now. They're acting like a jerk. And the reason why it is that they're doing that is because they're trying to build up tension with you. They're trying to satisfy hypergamy. And what over the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about hypergamy, right? This is the game. This is the hypergamy game. This is the competition. This is the stupidity. This is the acting like they don't have any kind of common sense. This is the luxury bags, keeping up with the Joneses stupidity. They think these people that you are getting to know, that you tried to get to know, had this idea that if they create unnecessary friction with you, that somehow that was essentially supposed to work. And what happened is the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords is that you, Sagittarius, didn't understand where exactly this was coming from because it was completely stupid. It came out of left field with you. There was no real reason for them to do it. Well, there was. They were trying to satisfy hypergamy. What someone is doing with the stupid games is that they're trying to see if you can actually walk away from them. Now, it's stupid. It is stupid. Don't get it twisted. Anybody who decides to play games with you, they've got serious problems. But this is the way that the majority of people are playing. When I say play, I'm talking about from the perspective of like the mind games. They thought that creating friction with you, Sagittarius, would have been enough to get you to be attracted to them. They wanted you to understand what they bring to the table by allowing you, Sagittarius, to sit back and to think. But the only messed up part about it was they overplayed their hands. Why couldn't they just go on about their business and live their life? Like, there's nothing wrong with them actually having things to do. And, the two of you just don't necessarily organically talk that day, not because the person is running game, but because the person legitimately has things to do. No, they're running game because the Five of Wands, the friction, them needing to have a problem with you for no reason. Causing this unnecessary friction with somebody they think is attractive. People who have this delusion of grandeur think it's attraction when it's not. It's just plain stupidity, if you ask me. Because it's like, okay, they're creating all of this unnecessary friction where it's not real. For what exactly? To show and prove that they're independent? To show and prove that they don't need anybody, they got it? To test you, to see if you get other people, if you have other options? So what if you're the only person trying to get to know them? And the thing about it is, it's so stupid because they have this ideology of, I'm trying to see if you Sagittarius have other people waiting in the wings. And it's like, this is the delusion of grandeur. Everybody has options. It's like, of course, I've had other people being interested in me. Of course. But that's stupid to think this person has never had anybody interested in them ever in their life before. I'm the first person. They're how old? Like, anybody who's a sane adult will understand. Of course, this person has had other people interested in them before. Of course. That right? It's just that right now this person is interested in me. So what's up? Put up or shut up, right? And that's where it is. A lot of you Sagittarius, this is why you got the Knight of Wands. Because the Knight of Wands is about, the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords is about, here they are overdoing it. They're pushing it. You, Sagittarius, probably tried to call them. They didn't want to answer. Set up something. They didn't want to come. They're being disrespectful. They're counting your pockets. And you, Sagittarius, are like, okay, let's press that button. Let's stop talking to one another. So now the person, right, again, this is the stupidity, show and prove, because of the Three of Cups. Now that you, Sagittarius, was like, no, let's actually do this thing. Let's actually show you, hey, listen, I don't mean that button. I don't mean the red button. That's not what I'm talking about. Take your hands off of that. Okay? I'm not trying to get political here, but take your hands off of that. I'm talking about when people try to get you, Sagittarius, pressed to think that somehow, you know what I mean, just in case if there's any Sagittarius in politics or whatnot. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that now that you, Sagittarius, actually decided to give them some pushback, now they actually wanted to be like, hey, you know, that's not it, right? Now they wanted to reconcile. And the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles represents, right, now it's like they want to reconcile. But the thing about it is, you, Sagittarius, are torn about right now, right, about whether or not you should really take them seriously. I don't necessarily see that you've essentially officially dated, or excuse me, dumped them yet, or decided to make any kind of serious decisions whether or not you're going to rock with them, but you're thinking about it. What is it that you should do? And, you know, this person, Five of Pentacles, this person is telling you that they're really sorry. Look, then you have the Four of Swords and the Ten of Cups. They're regretting it. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, Sagittarius. The best thing that you, Sagittarius, should do is to legitimately leave these people alone and stop rocking with them. And I've said this before. All of the people who talk about hypergamy and all this type of nonsense, they sound, and I don't mean this I don't mean this with any kind of disrespect, because there's some people who I deeply respect that I can name, right? But people who talk about hypergamy, they're misguided, okay? Because there's no such thing as hypergamy. And the thing is, there's no such thing as hypergamy. What a person thinks is hypergamous, is just basically a delusion of grandeur. Running around trying to get other people pissed off is not a very good idea. When other people start to look at you like you're the problem and they stop hanging out with you, or you make so much of a problem that you end up in handcuffs, what part of hypergamy is that? Go after what you like. And what you have out here, Sagittarius, is you have a ton of people out here who think in a delusional way. They think that hypergamy, they think that hypergamy exists. And what is it that we're having? This is the reason why there's a such thing as low birth rates. This is in the United States and all across the world, right? In different countries. 196 countries, but you have low birth rates in many different countries. Not all, but many different countries across the world. Why? Because so many people are going for hypergamy. So many people are acting more bougie, dumb, delusional. Nobody wants to, I ain't gonna say nobody, but so many people don't want to be real. Barely conversations are being had because it's all about, I gotta act like I'm too cool for school. I gotta act like I'm gangster. I gotta act like I got options. When the vast majority of the people who jump online, they're either selling it or buying it. The vast majority of people who jump online with that, I guarantee you, the ones who get it on demand, and I even have like an inside joke and stuff like this. The inside joke with like my family, where the people who act like they're getting all these buns and they're getting all these results, right, from who it is that they desire and who they want, and they're just being chose up on or whatnot. I can't even call you what it is that they what I call them, but I call them the getters. Fill in that blank. Because they doing all of this. They dedicated so much of their life towards getting all this validation and attention. And when you actually pay attention to it, these are the people going to jail. These are the prison. These are the people that's getting thrown in prison. These are the people who constantly having to have all these types of goofy stuff happen to them because everything is a game. They cannot get out of the game in the sense that, hey, why don't I just go up to somebody, say what's up, and if they want to, and if they think that I'm corny because I'm choosing to do things square dealings, they're not Mrs. Right. They're not Mr. Right. Whatever you're into. Simple. I'm not gonna play these games. I'm not playing these games. But then you get, but what happens, Sagittarius, is that you, Sagittarius, are looking for the real deal, and just people aren't real enough. I'm just keeping it a buck. People aren't real enough for you to date. They're just not. What you're seeing out here is you, Sagittarius, are seeing a bunch of goofballs that are out here because all it is that they're doing is they're desperately trying to act like they're too cool for school. That's what this whole thing is about. How am I able to gather 12,300 some odd subscribers just by talking this way? And I've never satisfied hypergamy, the status quo, any of that type of stuff. Have you seen me? Have you looked at me? I'm a dark-skinned, balding individual that's trying to regrow my hair. That works out. How am I able to do all this stuff? How am I able to get on camera and say in front of 12,000 people who watch my videos, stuff like this actively, that I'm a person that watches anime? Because I don't care about satisfying hypergamy. I don't give a crap about that. If a person likes me, great. If they don't, forget about them. Okay? And I mean this in the most sincere way possible. And let me explain to you something that Dave said in the movie The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg, aka Marky Mark, right? That's when Mark Wahlberg tried his hand at rapping, right? In the movie, he went to a mobster in the movie, right? In the movie, right? And he was talking about, and the mobster was telling Mark Wahlberg's character, the mobster was like, one of the greatest points in a person's life is their ability to, when other people are trying to compromise them, to look at them and say, forget about you. And this is essentially what it is that I've done to society. Forget about you. You understand what I'm saying? So how is it? Why is it that I don't play games? What separates me? What is making you, Sagittarius, become this way? It's because you, Sagittarius, are seeing the games too. The more real y'all become is the more goofy the people become around you. The more they have to keep up with the Joneses, the more they have to compete with you, the more they talk about how it is that they are investing in you, but they're not investing anything but wasting their own time because you're too good for them, Sagittarius. You'll be the type of people that will show up, handle your business, do your thing. But you know what it is that they'll say about you, Sagittarius? They'll say that you, Sagittarius, are too boring. But factually, that's not even correct. Let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Ten of Cups. But factually, that's not even correct. And you want to know how we can show and prove that it's not correct? A lot of you Sagittarius probably live amazing lives, but people won't even get a chance to really pay attention or really get a chance to actually get an exclusive up close and personal look at your life because they're so busy judging the freak out of you. Oh, you Sagittarius, you Sagittarius, y'all look a little bit too boring. People say, and I totally get it. People say that I look like I have nothing. I don't know what kind of stereotypes people have. They say that I look like I got nothing. I'm about to invest in Louis Vuitton. So to clarify the Ten of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and then you have the Two of Cups. So to clarify the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Wands represents, again, you showing up with all the value that you Sagittarius are bringing to the table. It's too much. All it is that they can do is just stand back and shut down and try to compete with you. They don't know how to make an agreement with you, a life with you, build with you, be in a relationship with you. They're just going to get on like they're stupid. They're going to get on like they're short yellow bus kids. The Knight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Cups is about how, and because of this, they have to attack your character. They have to give you a hard time. But the upside about it is this. The upside about it is the Seven of Cups and the Two of Cups. You Sagittarius don't have to care because y'all got plenty of options. There's plenty of people that want to come talk to you. There's plenty of people who would be blessed to come talk to you in the first place, because you Sagittarius, when y'all minds and y'all hearts are truly in the correct place. I'm not talking about from a perspective of like the rapper The Game, who's also a Sagittarius, who's delusional. I'm talking about when you Sagittarius minds and hearts truly are in the correct place. Y'all are very amazing, knowledgeable, very intelligent people. And anyone would be proud and lucky to be around y'all. So don't even worry about the nonsensical drip, the absolute dribble that's out here about people not choosing up on you. It's their loss. They're doing you a favor, for real, for real. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. If you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, there's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where it has all the ways to get my book, as well as the to get a tarot reading as well as a birth chart reading. If you don't want to necessarily do that, you can contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com for a private reading.